What's going on, everyone? Jack here from HappyChrome, and today I have the Mobula6 HDZero version, and this is the best whoop you can buy. Yeah, absolutely. And maybe not if you're a racer, but if you like to fly whoops around the house, there's nothing like this. This HD camera on this tiny little frame, fantastic little combination. I love flying whoops around my house, and I have a ton of them. The old Mobula6 here, I got an old Mobula7, some beta FPV stuff. I even have this guy. This is the Mobula7 HDZero, and this is awesome, but it's not quite what I want for flying around my basement and around the house. That's where this guy comes into play. This is a traditional 65mm whoop. DJI Fat Shark and Walksnail, they're not making something like this. They're not even gonna make something like this. Their boards just aren't small enough or light enough to work for small whoops. I mean, sure, they've made whoops, but these things are big and heavy. I still like flying them, but they're not great for indoor flying. This guy, the Mobula6, absolutely is. It's a blast to fly around the house, and analog versus HD, totally different ballgame. So if you're looking for something to fly around your house and you want HD, this is the drone you want. So stay tuned and we'll dive a little bit more into what we have here with the Mobula6 HDZero. Alright, so let's start with some of the specifics on this guy. We've got 0802 19,000 kV motors. It's pushing bi-blades. Now I think the tri-blades are probably better, but they want the bi-blades to keep the weight down. And it's like 23.5 grams. You can fly this guy on a 1S battery, and I was flying on 3 and 350 milliamp hour batteries. There's kind of a little tray here for the skinny stick style batteries, and we have a pH 2.0 connector. Frame is pretty darn durable. It does the trick. Now the thing that makes this special is of course the HDZero. This is the Whoop Light board, so it'll run 1 or 2S, I believe. Not this drone. This drone is 1S only. We've got the HDZero Nano Light camera. Really nice little package. The SC and the receiver both built into the flight controller, and it's kind of this small diamond pattern on the bottom. It does have ELRS. Now you can get an FR Sky version, but I wouldn't recommend it. ELRS is absolutely the way to go. You're gonna get better range and really better fidelity out of ELRS than you will with FR Sky. Now you're still gonna outrun the VTX. It's switchable from 25 to 200 milliwatts, and I haven't run this above 25, but it is fantastic. There just isn't anything like this. Now you could build something like this yourself, but you're gonna need the board, you're gonna need this same camera, probably going to use similar motors, right? The idea here is they've pretty much already done this for you. So if you're looking for something to whoop around the house, this is the quad that you want. Now keep in mind, you're going to need a VRX to do so, a VRX that is HDZero compatible. Now you can get this. There was the Shark Bite version, and I believe there's even a ground station, and then some ready-made Scout goggles that have HDZero, but you can't just fly this with any old pair of goggles. You have to have the right equipment. Also, updating this is a little bit different. To update the firmware on the VTX, there's this little port here on the side, and it just kind of plugs into the goggles. You download a bin file onto the SD card, plug it into the goggles, plug these together, and they just work, right? It's pretty seamless. It's not the way that I want to do updates, but it works. This is absolutely going to be my whoop of choice. I just can't see going back to analog now that I have something like this. Once you go HD, you don't go back. Whoops are the one place that you just couldn't get the HD stuff, and now you can. All right, so let's take a look at some of the footage coming out of this guy, flying around my basement and outside in acro. So I really just like the clarity and the detail coming out of this HDZero system. It's really good. You know, is it on par with some of the, nicer DJI HD cameras? No, but it's pretty close. And the latency is better on the HDZero system, right? So for racers and for tiny whoops, this is the system, and it's good. Even the breakup is better. You get a little bit of artifacting. You're not going to see much of it here because I'm flying close. Now I am flying 25 milliwatts, so I could bump it up and do a little bit better, but I didn't need to. And no need to generate
more heat on a system like this really small system. So yeah, super pleased. And this thing flies. It flies like a whoop. It flies really well. Here we are just checking out the fish tank. I think that's good. I just couldn't do that with my analog system. But yeah, it's great for flying around the house, which is absolutely what I'm going to use this for. But yeah, you can also take this thing outside and do some acro, and I'm going to do that. Here I'm kind of going through some different rooms. You can kind of see how it adjusts to low light and then coming back into a brighter environment, and it's pretty darn good. I mean, it's a great system, fun little drone. So here I am flying outdoors in acro mode, and yeah, I think the camera looks even better outside, but this little guy isn't made for flying outdoors. So if you got any sort of wind, it's going to get pushed around a little bit. And here I am fighting the wind a little bit. But yeah, you can pull this thing outside on a fairly windless day and rip some acro with it. I think the Mobula 7 HD is probably better for that, but I like this. I like the HDZero system. I even think the text, the overlays look much better than analog too.
So at the end of the day, if you're looking for an HD whoop, yeah, absolutely, 100% recommend this little guy. But it's not for everybody, right? You have to have the right equipment, and it's a little pricey, coming in right around $200. But it's awesome, at least I think so. I'm definitely looking forward to doing some more HDZero flying with both of these whoops and with a full-size build that I've got in process. Hope this was helpful. If it was, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out halfchrome.com. Good luck, everyone, and happy flying.